Hey you guys, Kate here at Utah Trikes. Today we're going to be taking a look at another fat trike. We know how much you guys love those fat wheels. A lot of you are really into the off-roading. So today we are looking at the Fat Tad CXS. Now this is a trike that's manufactured by Sunseeker. Sun has been making trikes literally since before I was born. Pretty sure my parents were toddlers. 1971 is when Sun started making bicycles. They later got into the recumbent industry, and now we have popular trikes like the EcoTad, the Easy Tad. Today, our focus obviously is on the Fat Tad CXS. At a base price of $19.99, the Fat Tad CXS is the most affordable fat trike on the market today. Now, it's a little bit smaller than some of its competitors. If you look at the Fat Tad Crawler or the Fat Cat V3 like we just showed you, those are gonna be beefed up a little bit. They have the 26-inch wheel. The Fat Tad CXS has 20 by 4-inch fat wheels, making it a little bit closer to the ground. You still get 10.5 inches of ground clearance, which is great for those of you who are riding on trails. This is a full suspension trike. It has a D&M air shock in the back, as well as front suspension designed by Sun. For those of you who are moving from bicycles to recumbents, the horizontal handlebars are gonna feel a little bit more natural as opposed to the vertical handlebars that come on a lot of models like Cat Trike or Ice. When you're looking at stock configuration on the CXS, you're gonna get 24-speed gearing. There's an 8-speed cassette in the back as well as a triple crankset up front. The CXS features Sun's mesh seat, has a little foam insert for some added comfort. It's really breathable. You can stay on it all day. It has locking brake levers, Pro Max mechanical disc brakes. As far as adjustability is concerned, the seat has 3 points on the frame that you can move it to, as well as the angle of the seat can be adjusted. The handlebars can be adjusted to an extent. You just have to loosen a couple bolts, move those forward or backward just for comfort. The boom is adjustable as well. The X-Seam range on the CXS is 37 to 50.5 inches. The drivetrain is fairly efficient with an over-under idler as well as chain tubes, which is typical for most recumbents. If you're trying to get into a fat trike that has full suspension, Sun has created a really affordable option with the Fat Tad CXS. With an introductory price of $19.99, that leaves you with some cash to do some upgrades. Lewis is gonna go over those with you. He's gonna talk about some gearing options, accessories. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop us a comment. And as always, we really appreciate the thumbs up. Helps us out a lot. Thanks guys. I'm gonna send you over to Lewis. Lewis does that snap thing, so I felt like I had to do the snap. Lewis.
So now that you guys know a little bit about the stock configuration of the CXS, I'm gonna go in depth on this custom build we just did. This one has a 750 watt Bafang installed, Power Grip Sport strapped pedals. This guy wanted both of the front brakes controlled on the left side, so we put our locking dual pull brake lever. Then he wanted all the motor controls over on this side. So you have your throttle here and this compact console with the plus minus and the power buttons down on the bottom. We also have the UT Custom Super headrest. And on the CXS, we actually have to go a little bit taller than the normal Super headrest. So it's got a 4-inch bend right here instead of the 2-inch bend. Then we have a bottle cage on the back of the seat. Stay hydrated out there, guys. Your battery right here. UT Custom rack with integrated fender. And this one also has the slick road tires installed on it to get going fast on the pavement. Now that's just a couple of the upgrades that we offer. That's all that this customer wanted, but we're gonna go more in depth about the rest of the upgrades we offer. Okay, let's talk upgrades. First, off the bat, we're gonna talk about an upgrade that isn't totally necessary, but we have found that the stock headsets are not the greatest. So I have over here, this is the stock Sun headset, and this is our Revolution headset, which we recommend you upgrade to, and this is why. So the Revolution headset uses sealed cartridge bearings, where the stock Sun headset uses an unsealed cartridge bearing. You're gonna have to pack grease in there consistently, keep it operating properly. Where with the sealed cartridge bearing, you just pop it in and you don't need to replace the grease. I do recommend you put a thin layer of grease just as a little bit of extra water resistance, but that's not totally necessary. And then the next upgrade, which is really important if you are going with a mid-drive motor, is upgrading the idler. This is the stock idler here. It's all plastic and has a metal bushing. With it being made out of plastic, all that torque going through your chain, it's gonna rip this up. It might explode it. We recommend going with this. This is a metal cage, sealed cartridge bearing inside of there. Spins a lot better. It's gonna hold up if you have a mid-drive motor. Now these upgrades are not totally necessary. They just will help the longevity of your trike. The idlers will hold up better. The steering's gonna feel better and just last longer. We're gonna talk about some accessories. The nice thing about the CXS is you have two bottle cage or two accessory mounts on the back of your seat. And then you also have mounts on the bars here. So that could be used for a frame pump, bottle cages, what have you. If you're going to be putting on a headlight, I recommend going with the menorah swing grip accessory mount. That will clamp on to your derailleur post and have a flat part that comes up here that you can mount your light on. Tail lights you can mount on the back of the seat, or if you go with the UT Custom Super headrest, you can mount it off to the side of the headrest. We also have our UT Custom aluminum cargo rack, and with the CXS we can do an integrated fender that covers the wheel and comes and bolts right into the rack. I also recommend upgrading the pedals, because when you're out riding off-road, if your foot slips off and gets sucked under the trike, you're not gonna have a good time. So it's recommended you have either clipless pedals or at least a strap just to help keep your foot on the pedal. And now we'll move back to the rear of the trike. We can use our UT Custom extension plates, bring it back here, put on a 26-inch rear wheel. And unlike the V3, these dropouts are wide enough that you can still stick with the standard cassette gearing. Speaking of gearing, we can do on the front, these have 170 crank arms. If you want shorter crank arms, we can go with a different crank set and bring you down to about 152 on that. We also have the Schlumpf high speed and mountain drive, as well as the Metropolis Patterson and the pinion drive, which comes in a variety of speeds. Now we'll move over to the rear. Stock setup is going to be an 8-speed with the SRAM X4 derailleur. Pair that with the triple up front, you've got 24 speeds in total. Because this is one of the most affordable off-road trikes, that gives you a little bit of room to upgrade some gearing. Now, you can go internal on the rear with the N380, N330. I'll find 8-speed, which would be equivalent to the stock, just eliminate the derailleur, or you can go with the roll-off, 14-speed. Now, if you want to electrify the trike, I already showed you the Bafang mid-drive, which eliminates the crankset, but we do have a hub motor that we can put in the rear wheel if you would prefer to not lose any of your gearing. The mid-drive is going to be able to, it's going to have more torque, be able to climb hills a little easier, where the hub motor is more direct drive from the rear wheel, more aimed for pedal assist. The mid-drive does have pedal assist, but it's going to be a lot more torquey. Another thing to consider about the mid-drive, since it's mounted on the front, power gets transferred through the chain and then through whatever gearing you have back here. So you can utilize your gearing as a transmission to also increase the hill climbing capability. Where with the hub motor, it's direct drive from the rear wheel, no transmission. That's what you get, just the power from the motor. Now let's talk some suspension upgrades. It comes stock with the D&M air coil shock, but we do also offer the RockShox Monarch air shock as a suspension upgrade for the rear. Front, we don't have a suspension upgrade at the moment, but maybe in the future we will. Now the seat on here is Sun's mesh seat with the foam bottom. So 3 positions, you can move it on down here on the frame to slide it forward or backwards, and then it's adjustable up and down the seat angle. We can put our UT Custom aluminum seat frame on here with our UT Custom seat mesh as well, if you prefer our seat over the stock seat. So the stock handlebars are this one-piece horizontal bar, which you can adjust by loosening these bolts here, and you can spin it forward or pull it back for comfort. Or we can go with vertical bars. The CXS comes stock with these Pro Max mechanical disc brakes. So they work, they do the job, but if you want a better brake, we can upgrade those. The BB5 calipers or the BB7s are ones I would recommend. If you don't really want the knobby tires, we've got slick tires for you as well, which you saw on the last CXS I was talking about. If you want a rear brake, you will need to upgrade to the 26-inch rear wheel, because there's no mounting holes for a rear caliper. With our extension plates, you can mount a rear caliper, and it would look funky with the extra long with just the 20-inch wheel, so you might as well go for the 26 at that point. Now those are just some accessories, upgrades, some that we recommend to make the trike work better for you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe below, share it with your friends.
Stop! Dylan keeps winking at me. Oh my gosh. My face does weird stuff when I try and like really wink. So like when other people wink, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Like, but Sun has created blah, 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 blah. Send you over to Lewis. Thanks for watching. I think I hit everything.
Thanks for watching.